Since the failed assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, many in the country, including President Biden and former President Trump themselves, have been calling for sort of calm and walking back the rhetoric, I think realizing how serious it could get very quickly. Others have taken a different approach. I've been, just to be blunt, put my cards on the table, shocked. And I shouldn't be shocked because I've read quite a bit of history, but I am shocked to see how so many people have been openly praising and calling for the violence. Destiny is one of those people who's done this very publicly, and it's just sort of undeniable. He has cursed the man who died trying to save his family from bullets being flung downrange in his direction. He's told conservative fans that if they happen to go to a Trump rally and they happen to get murdered, then he's going to make fun of them too because they sort of had it coming.
It, the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
I find this bluntly appalling, and I think it's a shocking revelation coming from a side of the aisle that has openly said that speech is violence, to openly use their free speech to openly call for or praise actual political violence. I think this is obviously a bad place for our country to be. And it's not limited to Destiny, though I think he's being quite consistent in this. I've been shocked at how many people. I just wanted to contrast that to a man. You might have grown up as a Gen X or a millennial, and you're well aware of Jack Black. And Jack Black, I think, is a really funny guy. I like the guy. And he's had a longtime friend, Kyle. And Kyle said something at his birthday at a concert recently. And echoing what so many people I've seen, so many people on the media, some celebrities, and so many people just on the internet have said. He said that he hopes they don't miss Trump next time.
Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time. Thank you. We love you, kids.
Now, 10, 15 years ago, a comment like that would have been probably funny. And if you grew up watching like the Ace Ventura type or the old 90s type of humor that's very crass, South Park, something like this, you could have said, well, yeah, that's pretty funny. But the thing about horror is it's only entertaining and acceptable if you feel as though these things are not plausible, as though it's safe. So you don't applaud a serial killer for going around murdering people, as you would see in a movie, if you think this is a plausible thing that's happening recently. It sort of takes that element of fantasy out and it becomes very real. And it's no longer the time to talk about those things in this way. This is what Kyle's done. He said a joke, and I'm going to take him at face value and say I think he's just joking. However, it was not the time or the place. And I want to just contrast very quickly Destiny and Jack Black and Kyle. Destiny has doubled down, as he's been called out, potentially even losing income. He's doubled down on comments that I'm going to say just very bluntly. I think it's important to always try to find common ground with people we disagree with. I think it's important to find the good intentions of people who are wrong and meet them where they are and try to bring them a little closer to truth. But there are some times when I think we just need moral clarity, and this is one of those times. Murdering a political opponent, murdering a man, even if you think he is just a terrible human being, applauding the murder, calling for the murder, saying you wish he was murdered, saying you wish his supporters, it's okay if they're murdered too. This will not help anyone. This won't help society. This won't help your own causes. And that tragedy would probably lead to more tragedies as violence typically is retaliated against and it trickles out. Now, of course, I'm not calling for that. I very much want that to not happen. And so, while Destiny has unfortunately doubled down, and I just want to say that I think this is wicked, it's evil. I'm not saying that the rhetoric on the right is always right, but this is even taking it, I think, a step further. And anyone who says this, regardless of political ideology, I'm just going to say this is evil. We need to stop this. Contrast that to Jack Black and Kyle. Kyle made this comment while after he was sung "Happy Birthday" to by the crowd in his concert, and Jack Black sort of segues the conversation as soon as Kyle says, "You know, I wish they don't miss Trump next time." Jack Black says, "I love this man. Let's sing him happy birthday." And then the next day, Jack says, "You know, I have to condemn this comment. This was unacceptable. We cannot condone political violence. We sort of need to chill." And he actually did something, I'm not saying it was necessary, but he made the decision to cancel his upcoming tour. You could say he was forced to do it. You could say he was scared of repercussions. But what I do know is the man probably forfeited a lot of money and publicly acknowledged that this was an inappropriate comment. So I just want to contrast that. I would applaud the actions of men like Kyle, who I think apologized, and Jack Black, who apologized and condemned that comment, saying this is not the time or place for this, to a person like Destiny. And I think this shows the state of our society. And in times like this, I think it's very important to call for that moral clarity that men like Jack Black, even though I disagree with them profoundly, have said, you know, no more of this. We got to calm the temperature a bit. I would say more of that. And this reminds me, as a Christian, back of the teachings of Christ. It takes my mind back to Christ, who said some very hard things. And one of them is to love your neighbor. Sometimes our neighbors are not people we agree with or that are always totally lovable. I'm not either, and yet we're called to love them. But then Christ took it a step further, and he said, love your enemies. Turn the other cheek. And I don't think Christ was implying that we should just let bullies roll over innocent people and destroy society. But I think that Christ is very much giving the hard commandment to his followers that we're not to retaliate in this way. So when people like Destiny say it's okay to do political violence against my political opponents, our job is to do something kind of like Jack Black did and said, no. I'm going to pray for you, Destiny, and I'm going to want the best for you, but this has to stop. And I'm going to do my part to let it stop with me. If you want to know more about the situation of Destiny, I highly recommend a video by Trent Horn. He's a Catholic apologist, but he's debated Destiny on things like abortion. If you have a strong stomach, because as Trent Horn puts out this video talking about Destiny's moral consistency, but his moral depravity, you find out more about what this man believes he just takes his world view through to conclusion, and it's actually a very upsetting thing. I'd highly recommend that video. I'm going to get back to some lighter content very soon, but I thought this was something worth mentioning and just saying, hey, let's call for some moral clarity in some of these issues. Some things are not funny, especially when the temperature is this high. Hey, whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you know that your life matters. Don't let anyone tell you different. Someone somewhere loves you, and your life is valuable, so take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. God bless.